Hello, hello. JLR Investigates. Good evening, everyone. 2/26/2024, covering the border migrant crisis. And as some of you might or might not know, just got back from a West Coast border trip. I was in Arizona, I was in New Mexico, and I was in California. Now, while I was in Arizona, which the border is wide open, by the way, went to some locations. Nogales, Sasabe, in those areas. Naco, Cochise County, Keno Springs. But I was in correspondence with a local that lived in that town of Green Valley area, which is just north of Nogales. And I've been corresponding for a while now. And the opportunity was there. This individual owns a private plane. As you can see right there, the private plane, small plane. They said, hey, I'll take you up. I'll show you the border. I'll show you the terrain. I'll show you the area. We can do a fly over the border wall. So I took them up on that offer. Very grateful. And I'm about to show you the footage. I'll start. I have a little intro here. I was going to make this in a video. I just said, hey, we'll just do a StreamYard and we can talk because it's a lot of loud propellers, a lot of loudness. But you get to see, like, and it, we'll see the fly leaving the airport. It's in Green Valley, a little private airport. And we're going to go to Sasabe, and that's kind of like an area there where a lot of people are crossing in illegally through the unsecured wall. The wall actually has big chunks of it out. And then we're just going to take a fly down all the way down to Nogales. And you can see the different spots. Plus, you can see the terrain, the hills in the area. So that's rock. That's rock and roll.
Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. I'm going to take you up in a plane right now and show you aerial footage of the border from Sasabe, Arizona to Nogales. Yes, in this plane right here. This is interesting to see the border wall, where the wall is, where there's holes and gaps in the wall, where the wall ends, mountainous terrain. This you could see Sasabe, you could see all in the distance. This will be fun. Check it out.
All right, ready to take off. It's kind of like the preparations before you fly, right? Make sure all systems are checked. Everything is a go. Got to get like runway clearance.
Ready to take off? Roger. What's that? Don't touch this? Oh, well, once we get up here. No, this is the road that I'll need. All right.
Kind of like it. Yeah, I was kind of scared. First time flying in a private plane.
Is that about a half a tank?
Or 3/4 on this side. It may adjust as
Got to do gas. Make sure it has gas, right?
the red light that's flashing. It's being exposed.
Up and away! We have liftoff, folks. Woohoo! All right, so we're on our way to the border wall. We're gonna go fly a little bit, and then we're going to first we'll see Aravaca. We're gonna go by Aravaca. This was in Green Valley, off of Interstate 19. The good stuff is coming up. Started out in Green Valley, just west of Interstate 19. There's some like mines there. Mines and ranches. Everything looks like a quilt up there. Yeah, it's a quarry. I think it was the Pure Mine Retreats. I'm looking on my map. I think it's a little bit south of 3 Point. We're going to the border wall. On our way to Aravaca. I just figured I'd record the whole thing from airport to airport. No, we didn't fly into Mexican airspace. I was told there's a lot of complications when it comes to that. You gotta do all kinds of like paperwork and so it's a lot of the rolling hills. According to the map, it looks like it's like crossing over I don't know what mountain chain it is. Now that is the area at this point where people that were sneaking in like Sasabe, that's the terrain they're going through. They're trekking through. People that are gotaways, like they'd wear camouflage, and they would go in different groups, and they would trek through that type of terrain there. We're gonna go on the other side of that mountain. Boots in the air. That's right. Boots in the air. I like that. Midwest. Boots in the air. I would say at this point we're probably about 15 miles from the border. It's hard to hear while I'm talking to the pilot because it's just so loud in there. You actually have to wear a ear with the microphone. Got like $1 million views. But you can just see how remote it is out there. There's hardly anything out there. Oh, thank you, Crazy Nurse. Gifted 1 membership. Thank you. Somebody got a membership. Bella, I agree. Maybe I will write another book about the true crime and travel. No, we're approaching the wall. We got to get to Aravaca first. Almost there. Nor rain, nor sleet, nor snow. Inquiring minds want to know. JLR knows. Yeah, it's amazing that there's landscape pretty much out there like this. Oh, Katie D gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Appreciate that, Kate D. Thank you. And thank you, Crazy Nerd. We're getting there. Carol, thank you. Carol gifted 1 membership. Thank you. Some great, grateful for that. People are getting memberships tonight. We're on our way to the border, folks. Welcome members, new members. All right, town of Arivaca is coming up. Arivaca is an interesting, kind of smuggling town 10 miles to the north of the border. A lot of people that cross into the United States illegally from Sasabe end up going to Arivaca. There has been ranches where people have been held. There's a lot of locals there that are sympathetic to migrants. Michelle Perkins, thank you. All right, that's the town of Arivaca. And once I get to the border wall, I zoom in, folks. It's Arivaca. Right over the mountain chain there is the border. Now that's the Indian reservation up ahead. It's called there's a big Indian reservation to the west of Sasabe. Tohono Nation Reservation. Todadim. So in that distance there is the Indian reservation east of or west of Sasabe. So in a second, you're going to start shifting and turning towards the wall. That's Sasabe. Look at all that terrain, folks. That's where people are coming in, and they're going through all that area in Sasabe. If they're not getting apprehended by Border Patrol. But over the years, the ranchers have been saying that people, smugglers and cartel and all types of bad actors are going through that terrain there, right by the border wall. So even if you're up in a Border Patrol chopper or doing any types of patrolling, it's hard to see people. It's like a needle in the haystack. Especially if you're wearing camouflage or green clothes or black clothing. It's just hard to see. There's hardly anything out there except like ranches. The population of Sasabe on the Arizona side, it's I think less than 20 people. Now we're about to make a pivot to the left. There's Sasabe. Are we there yet? I know, right? Are we there yet? Yes, we're there. There's where the border wall starts. See how it ends? This is known as the Tucson sector of Arizona. This is the #1 hotspot.
Or the borders, that long strip line.
All right, so there's the border.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. Timmy. This is Sasabe on both the Mexican side and the United States side. Now, there's a lot of violence going on in that city on the Mexican side.
Wow, Sasabe looks abandoned. Yep. That's kind of where we got in on. Yeah, we came in on this road.
That's where they're doing the border wall construction. Spencer.
Cars driving. Oh, it's good. Yeah, she'll be alright. So I wonder why they picked way over out here. Yeah.
Thank you, Lord of the Beards. Thank you. There's a chunk out right there. Boom. Piece missing.
Yeah, that abandoned car was right over there. That's right. I remember that before. And it's gone.
Border wall comes to an end. You can't even build a wall over that mountain right there, because then it starts on the other side. Look where it starts.
That car is that's where we got had to turn around.
Hole in the wall. Hole in the wall. Hole. Hole in the wall.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hole in the wall. There's a car out there. Hole in the wall.
Yeah. And they're plugging up those holes.
Thank you, Okie Brave. Thank you.
And who's doing this? The U.S. government? Contractors?
Oh, thank you, Timmy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Camp right there.
All right, there's the camp. There's the migrant camp. That's the camp. Big hole in the wall.
So they come up through that riverbank there.
That's the migrant camp.
Nobody there.
See the big hole?
No, that's cool. Didn't know.
And there's numerous other holes.
Camps up this way.
Well, we're going to see some migrants. We're going to see some people shortly.
And they're open because
Thank you, Nunya. Yeah, I've been there, Susan. I've been to the camp. I made a video. There was nobody there. There was a cat there. Now we're about to see some people, most likely migrants that crossed in, or people. Just Judy, thank you.
Amazing.
But that's where they're all coming in at. That's where they're all coming in at, folks. All in this area between Sasabe and Nogales. It's the #1 border crossings in the country right now are coming out of this area here. And you can see Border Patrol's not going to be around there because it's almost impossible. It's hard to get there. Really hard to get to that location. Close. People. We're getting down towards Nogales now. And it comes to a stop at these mountains and then has to start back up. So it's definitely not fully secure in that area. Not only that, but even if the wall was there, it's not manned because it's literally in the most remote place of this country. That's how remote it is out there, folks. It completely comes to an end at these mountains, and you don't see the border wall anymore. So if you want to get in, all you got to do is hike to one of these mountains, and you're going to be able to come in. Notice you see no border wall. But then right up here, it starts back up again. So very soon it will come back. We'll see it again. But all that area is not even secure, folks. And between Sasabe and how far Sasabe to Nogales? About 30 miles. You have all that. You have lots of land in between there where there's no wall. It's just mountains. And people trek through those mountains. Smugglers, people in camouflage, cartel. So if you really want to secure a border, how do you secure the border there? How do you secure the border there? If you really want to secure a border, do you build a wall through the mountains? Because if the wall gets complete with sophisticated whatever, you got openings. All that area, no wall. Thank you, Miss Constitutional Rights. I like that name. All right, so the wall starts back up right over here. We are straddling the wall, like literally right beside it. This is the spot where it restarts again, right before it gets to Nogales. Starts back up right here. Now I'm going to show you another spot right here coming up shortly where we filmed multiple people coming in every 15 minutes. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Appreciate the support.
There's that spot right there.
That spot right there is where people are coming in. In that little ravine, like it looks like a gully there, that's where they're coming in. Just west of Nogales. Now here comes Nogales. That's Nogales. That's a pretty big area. This is the #1 sector where people are crossing in. I just wanted to give you guys an aerial view of Nogales. I should have zoomed out in a little bit more. I think at that point I was starting to get a little airsick. And look, Border Patrol chopper behind us. Carol, thank you. Boots in the air. So we're going to land at Nogales International Airport very, very shortly. Alicia, thank you for your membership. Tamara, thank you. Now this is east of Nogales, and you can see the land terrain is still the same as before. It's just all rugged. There's hardly anything out there. Just rolling hills, farms, ranches. This is getting close to Keno Springs. That's where that rancher shot that migrant crossing through in Keno Springs. And the wall comes to an end up here a little bit too. So now we're turning towards the airport. Oro, 1, thank you. There's where the wall comes to an end. There's no wall from that point. A little bit south of Keno Springs. That's why I was starting to get airsick. As above, so below. Thank you. 2222. Thank you. Lucky twos. All right, we're about to land, folks. We're spinning around shortly. But now you can see the firsthand. This is the #1 area in the country right now where people are crossing in. The Tucson sector, Nogales, Sasabe. This is the #1 area, I believe, in the country where people are coming in, and you just see the land and the terrain. You see the difficulty authorities have in finding people that cross over, because they're crossing over into this type of terrain. There's just Nogales, Sasabe's tiny, and it's just as remote as could be. I mean, it's beautiful up there. I ain't gonna lie. All right, we're about to land. There's the runway. Yeah, it's kind of cool flying down and landing. It's pretty cool. And I'm told it's free to land there, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, he's a great pilot, and a great guy, for sure.
You know, I don't even know where they park. You want to get out and stretch for a second? Sure.
So we get out actually and stretch and go in the airport, get some drink, use the restroom, and then we go back and fly back to the original airport. I know, I should have got some Dramamine. I think I could have zoomed into the border wall a little bit more, but you guys get the idea.
Good stuff, right? Tremendously grateful for the pilot for bringing us up there and taking the time and showing us firsthand what it looks like from the sky. Puts a lot into perspective. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button. This wasn't JLR boots on the ground. This was JLR boots in the air. We were in the air looking down. Arizona, the border. Check out our border playlist. Been covering the border from city to city, border town to border town, community to community. We'll talk soon, everyone. Appreciate it. And let me know what you think in the comments. JLR investigates. Everyone be safe.
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so that was interesting. It puts a lot in perspective. Again, that is the Tucson sector of Arizona. According to Border Patrol numbers, that's pretty much the #1 area right now where people are crossing in the country illegally. And you can see why. It is so remote out there. Hills, unsecure wall comes to an end at different points. So much mountains. It puts a lot into perspective. So when people say people cross in Tucson area, you're talking south there between Sasabe and Nogales. Now they're also going all the way to Naco too, but that area is very, very, very remote. So I think we had fun tonight, folks, and share the video out. And now you see aerial footage of the area. I did the best I can. The plane was a little bit shaky. It was a fun ride. I'd never experienced anything like that. in a long, long time, if not ever. But all right, folks, signing off. JLR Investigates. If you're new to the channel, thank you everyone for the support. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Appreciate. I see a lot of members here, loyal. We are the JLR Army, right? We are the JLR Army covering the border. Talking to people about where I'm going to go next to cover. Don't know where I'm going. Could go to the northern border to see what's going on. Corresponding with people up there, trying to get the 411 of what's happening just south of Montreal, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont. Those border there. There's people coming through there now. Might go up there, or might go back to Eagle Pass, or might check out different parts. The same places we went, just to keep people updated, see what they're doing, what they're not doing, if the flow, I'll keep a number, I'll keep an idea, or my eye out on those numbers that Border Patrol puts out about apprehensions, and wherever there's a big uptick, we'll go to those locations and see for ourselves what in the world is going on our border. All right, everyone, JLR Investigates. Until next time, everyone be safe. Peace.